Assalamualaikum and very good day to fellow viewers. My name is NAZZRATUL ILYANA. My group members are KOSHIKVEL VERMA, SALMINA BARVIN and NADIA. Today I would like to present our mini research about child marriage during pandemic. First and foremost, what is child marriage? Child marriage is described as a wedding of a girl or boy before the age of 18, and it includes both formal and informal union. Both girls and boys are affected by child marriage, but girls are disproportionately affected, especially in so-called Asia. The COVID-19 pandemic could reverse decades of development and child marriage and pregnancy, damage to education and thus the economic. Based on the COVID-19 pandemic, there are up to 2.5 million more girls worldwide at risk of marriage over the next 5 years. This year's an additional 200,000 girls in South Asia will be forced to marry. The damage to education and the economic caused by the COVID-19 pandemic could reverse decade of child marriage and pregnancy. Okay, for our research, we made a survey to obtain various opinions from the society. There are 171 respondents from our survey, which are 57 males and 114 females. Okay, based on the pie chart, we can see that male have 33.3% and female has 66.7%. So most of the respondents are female. Even we distribute our survey to numerous males, it is clear that mostly females are more concerned. This due to the effect that they are facing due to child marriage compared to male. Okay, for the age category, most of our respondents are aged 18 above. In my personal opinion, I distribute the survey from my sister and her underage friends. They give feedback to us that they barely understand and they feel like they are too young to feel this. Even we explain to them, still we unable to reach maximum number for underage category. We only got 6 respondents to underage. So the bar chart show marital status data trend. Single respondent are the most, which is 156. Okay, married are 12 and divorced are 3. We got most respondents from single compared to married due to their concern to future compared to married people who are already past their marriage phase. Okay, next, Nadia will continue this presentation.
Okay, thank you, Mimi. So first and foremost, we asked whether they know what is child marriage. Many of our respondents answer yes, which counts 163 respondents out of 171 respondents. Based on our observation, respondents who answer no are underage. I also would like to talk about the awareness of our respondents on increasing case of child marriage. It is satisfying that most of our respondents said yes to this question as per the pie chart. Respondents who said yes are 119, while respondents who said no are 54 people. Okay, next we ask about their concern in overcoming child marriage. The respondents who said no are 64 people, while respondents who said yes are 109 people. Furthermore, we also pose a question on interference and sensitivity of child marriage. Respondents that say no are 67 people, while respondents that say yes are 97 people. The difference among these two options are not that different compared to other questions.
Good day, madam. My name is KOSHIKVEL and VALUSAMY. My matrix number will be 23 DBT 19F1007. The next question is, when do you think it is the right time to get married? The respondent have given 3 options to answer this question. The first option is age 18 and above. The second option is whenever they want. And the third option will be financially stable and graduated. 14% of the respondents have chosen age 18 and above, where 24 out of under 71 respondents have chosen that. The second one will be 2.3% of the respondents have chosen the whenever they want option. and the major portion goes to financially stable and graduated, where 83.6% of the respondents have chosen that, which means under 43 of them out of under 71 respondents have chosen that. The another question is, in your opinion, what causes child marriage to increase, especially during pandemic? The options are inability to get education, family pressure, and financial crisis. 34.5% of the respondents have chosen inability to get education. 28.9% of the respondents have chosen family pressure, and lastly 35.7% of the respondents have chosen financially crisis. Based on the respondents' result, I think these three issues played the same amount of role in the child marriage because the percentage is not that much different. And as per number, 51 of the respondents have chosen family pressure, 59 of the respondents have chosen inability to get education, and balance 61 respondents have chosen financial crisis. The next two questions will be the yes or no question. The first question is, do you witness or been in child marriage? 87.7% of the respondents have stated yes, and 12.3% of the respondents have stated no. From this, we can interpret that a lot of them have been witness or been in child marriage. The next question will be, do you support child marriage? 90.1% of the respondents have stated yes, and 8.9% of the respondents have stated no. So from this we can conclude that a lot of them are supporting for child marriage, and they have also stated their reason in next slide. Thank you.
Okay, next I would like to talk about the reasons that given by our respondents prior to their opinion on child marriage. So we pick the top two, which is one is agreeing and another one is agreeing. So first I would like to explain about how the reason of agreeing respondent is like. Okay, I just feel that it violates children's rights. They have the right to grasp every opportunity they could have during their childhood, namely education, playtime, etc. Forcing a kid to involve in a marriage in such an early age could hinder them from progressing well and requires them to hold such a huge responsibility while being a clueless and innocent child. In the end, it's all about adults' desire. So many of our respondents keep using the word forcing. So it is clearly shown that most of the child marriage is something forced and blackmailed by their parents, not something that willingly or agreed by the victim. So many of our respondents also give feedback that parents should not force and they have not any rights to blackmail their child to get married at early age just because they want to lighten their burden during financial crisis, especially during pandemic. They are still kids, they are still underage, so they are still under parents' supervision. So it's parents' responsibility to take care of their children, give their the needs, the basic needs that they deserve, and yeah, they should not force their kids to get married. Next. Okay, on contrast, there are also some respondents that agreeing child marriage. One of them, in my opinion, child marriage is not a matter of concern because this has happened in the past and it does not have a big bad impact on society. As we have seen, young married mothers in the past already had many children and they did not have to worry about their old age because they had children who were grown up and be able to take care of them. And one more thing, if everyone is thinking that after they are married, they can't go to work or study, it is absolutely wrong. Otherwise, they are from a rich family. All of their things are getting support from their family. This is my opinion. If you don't agree with it, that's your problem and not my problem, no offense. Okay, in my personal opinion, I really agree this because my mom get married at 17. My grandmother get married at 13. They still give birth at a young age. We are healthy. Their generation, we are still healthy and they also healthy till now. So, but in the matter of finance, okay, long time ago, if a husband go to work to run their family, to support their family financial, it is enough. But now, due to financial crisis, especially during pandemic, our economy is not stable. So, both of husband and wife, they both have to work to support their family financially and run their family. So, maybe at that time, long time ago, it's okay to get married at a younger age because the financial was stable. But now, I don't really think that they still can apply the same concept or still at the same mindset now. Okay, not to forget, there are also some respondents who react to this according to Sharia. Okay, there are respondents who talk instead of having haram relationships, which is forbidden, it's better for them to get married in a halal way and continue their life. Even though child marriage cause premature birth, but it is far away better in reducing baby dumping. Next. Okay, among these, which one do you think of the effective way to overcome child marriage? So most of our respondents choose enforcement of the law, which is 45%. Educate children to wise up their rights, 35.1%, and provide economic support and incentives to girls and their family, which is 19.9%. Okay, enforcement of the law. Okay, according to Malaysian law, a girl can get married at the age of 16. A boy can get married at the age of 18. This is for Islam, but for non-Muslim, they still have to follow 18 and above. But there are certain rules like under family supervision, under parent supervision, or if they get agreement or they got a special permission from the government or other bodies, they still can perform child marriage. So in such case, many of the respondents chose enforcement of the law since the punishment for child marriage in our country also is not as heavy compared to other country. I think provide economic support and incentives was at very low percentage because since during this pandemic, our government also facing a lot of difficulties in maintaining and also bringing back our economy to a stable condition. So yeah, maybe providing incentives is not maybe it's hard to happen, hard to apply, but they can educate children to accept their rights is something parents itself can teach their children, and also it starts from school.
In conclusion, marriage represent a multi-level commitment, one that involves person to person, family to family, and couple to state commitments. In all society, marriage is viewed as a relatively permanent bond, so much so that in some societies it is virtually irrevocable. Child marriage has large impact on a wide range of development outcomes for the girls who are married yearly, these children and families and society at large. Close to 100 million girls today are not protected by national law against child marriage, but since it is a sensitive and personal issue, there are some varieties of opinion among society. So if one is willingly commit and cope, they can carry on, otherwise don't ruin the life future.